The top of the Empire State Building.
Z100. New York.
I'm starting to think that, since the first time was so successful, does this mean like we're in a little bit of relationship, Fletcher? I mean, is this like...
I think so.
Yeah?
We had our first time.
Yeah, we got
so
that
now
out
we're
the
on
way.
a second date.
Second date. Yeah, second date update. Here with our iHeartRadio artist on the verge. Let me add that to the front of it. Fletcher's in the house. Let's give her a round of applause,
Thank you,
please.
guys.
And
Thank you.
welcome back home.
Thanks.
Gosh, and let's just go straight for it. Undrunk was the song that we, some of us in the room had heard prior to it being ready for the airwaves early this year.
Mm-hmm.
And when we were feeling in our hearts that it was going to be something that was going to connect on so many levels with so many people. How proud are you of your baby's turned out to be like an Olympic sprinter?
I know.
Yeah.
She is running the damn
she's
race.
Running. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It's just killing it. I'm proud of
But
her.
how cool is it to know that this song is living up to what you knew in your heart it was going to?
Honestly, it's been the craziest experience, and I think my favorite part about all of it has just been like hearing people's feedback and like their stories and people being so vulnerable and open with me, because I think the way that like the lyrics are that they feel like they want to share their story too. And the reaction to the song has just been so wild. And like I don't know, I've like always dreamed of these moments and hearing my song on the radio, like growing up as a little girl listening to the radio. It's like how I found music. And so the fact that it's like finally happening and having the song out there in the world is just like the coolest thing.
Now, what about it being this song? You know, I want to kind of stay on it's really rad to have your music being received by so many people in such a way that they can connect. But how cool is it that it's this particular record, just knowing how much the lyrics really mean to you as well?
The song is definitely the most special to me, and I feel like is such a good representation of like the rest of the EP and just my music in general, and really just feels like it's a page just torn out of my diary and like the most honest that I've ever been. And I always used to be just like really uncomfortable with the idea of vulnerability and like people thinking that I was like weak or needed help or something like that. So it was really scary for me to kind of put this out there and wear my heart on my sleeve, but like just like the feedback that I've gotten has just, I don't know, it like inspires me to want to do that more.
Anyone who has seen your social media knows that you share who you are as we are finding Fletcher, and I think, you know, when you first shared with us hearing this record on, I'm just gonna say we're the best. Okay, let me just say, I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there. No humble brag about it. But not only the layers that come with hearing yourself on the radio, hearing this particular song, but also being connected personally to Z100.
Yeah.
I mean, gosh, take us back to that moment. What was that like for you?
I mean, this is just like my hometown station. I literally grew up in New Jersey, driving, you know, to the city with my parents for auditions, like since I was a little kid. And I remember just like literally always like begging them to leave the radio on because I would envision myself being like the star of whatever music video of the song that was happening on the radio. And the fact that that's my song on the radio, like I could literally cry thinking about it right now.
Well, don't.
That,
I don't want to be the second date person that makes the girl cry.
But like the fact that that's my song and like there's somebody out there that's maybe singing along to it is just like, is the most surreal thing that could have ever happened.
Now we're starting to, gain traction in this year. And a lot of what we talked about before was like those expectations, what's to come in 2019. Are you starting to set up the building blocks and starting to live out some of those things, getting ready to, share this record on tours and performances, and how much of the EP are we like kind of finishing with? Is there even thoughts of an album by the end of the year? Like kind of start to lay out what is the roadmap for 2019 for you like?
The roadmap is crazy. I mean, the EP is done. I've like the visuals for it are done. Like everything is just here and ready to go, and I'm so stoked to put it out and finally be able to get on the road and play these songs for the people that have been there since day one, and also for the people that are new members of the family. Like I'm so stoked. I haven't done much traveling in my life, and so the fact that I'm like getting to visit these places and go to Europe and Australia this year, and like all the plans that I have and the places to see, and like I feel like it's going to be a really special year, and,
Yeah.
and the fact that I'm, have had like so much support from like putting out this first song is just so crazy to me.
And like you were saying, go back to early in this conversation, with this being a solid representation of who you are and what the sound is like. I mean, to be able to go to some of these places that, well, I mean, as you said, Europe and Australia. I mean, there's parts of Europe that speak English, and clearly. But to be able to travel to places, has it started to sink in? Like, you might be in parts of the world that don't even speak English as their first language, but they're still finding a common thread with who you are and through music.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think music is just the thing that unites all of us, and
Heck
it's
yeah.
like such a universal language and feeling. And like even more broader than that, I think heartbreak is just like such a universal feeling. And I think everybody, no matter where you're from, what language you speak, what your background is, where you come from, I think everybody's experienced that feeling in one way or another, whether it's through a relationship or something that happened in your life. And like that's just what I really want to do with my music, is like make somebody feel something and feel connected to it, and like remember a time that they maybe been through something similar. And I don't know, like that's why I do this. Like all this other stuff is really dope, but like the main reason why I do this is because like I just feeling connected to people just makes you feel a little bit less crazy,
Yeah, for sure. When you can go through something that you may think that you're alone in while you're penning the lyrics to a song, but then you realize that I am not, and then you see that instant connectivity while you're on stage to people who are finding their own reason to connect with the song, maybe not even close to a relationship with a significant other. It could be a family. It could be a job, whatever. That must blow your mind on stage.
It blows my mind because so many artists have been that for me. And so many artists have like narrated really hard times in my life, or happy times, or whatever it's been, that I felt like I saw myself in a song or a story. And the fact that like I've been getting so much feedback about how people are relating to this, or they're going through a breakup right now, or whatever it is in their life, something that they wish they could like undo and turn back time. And like, I don't know.
To anyone who, to anyone who has wanted to hit that rewind or that reset button, man, I mean, we've seen it, we've heard it, we know that that's so much of what Undrunk is about. But just the fact that there are so many people that are finding their own way to connect to it. Maybe it's just because they just love the melody of it, and I mean that's just enough for them at that moment.
Totally.
I want to, as you know what, I brought this up. There's only one other person that has. This is something different and something new that I'm trying to I get the chance to sit and talk to some of the most amazing people on the planet. And Fletcher, you are easily one of those people.
Oh,
seriously.
So
And
nice.
I had this notebook that I purchased when I was like traveling. I went to like Italy or something like a couple of years ago, and I couldn't find and do it justice, because like I was like, oh damn, this is like a little. I felt like Shakespeare, right? This is serious. So I was thinking this needs to
like
be something serious. Black leather bound.
It's given all the details.
So now here's the thing, though.
Wrapped up with a little bow.
I thought that I would make this a little bit more than just a notebook and call it my notes book. And this is where I want to get, people who really pour their heart into their music as singers, as songwriters, to write down. The first person to sign this was Alessia Cara the other day.
That's so cool.
And I would love for you to just jot down one of your favorite song lyrics that you've either written or something that you connected to, and share a short story about why those particular. So I'm gonna have you down to be in my notes book.
I'm so down to be in your notes book. I'm honored to be in your notes book.
I'm gonna grab a pen here, and then like, what's a song lyric? One of your favorites, something that you just really personally feel super connected to, and why, and what song it's from actually as well.
Okay. Should I write it out, or should I talk about it as
well? Yeah, I mean, if you can do both. I mean, I can't. Like, it's like chewing gum and it's like chewing gum and patting your head at the same time and trying to walk. Like I would stumble over myself.
I'm really bad at multitasking. Hold
on. So yeah, I mean, it's my way to, I don't know, to really I get the chance, like I said before, to talk and get to meet so many amazing people. But a lot of times, I'm not gonna front, I forget how special and how truly genuine these moments are. So personally, for me, I'm just being a little bit selfish and want to have something of my own that I can hold on to and I can remember these moments. But also just a chance to kind of tap into your brain a bit and see what you were thinking at the moment that those lyrics flowed from your brain onto another notebook and then made it into the booth and, came through as a song that you really feel connected to?
Okay, so this is a lyric that I wrote, and it's from a song of mine from my last EP, and it's, I tell myself if I'm gonna fall, it'll be from high places, and even when it hurts, at least we love hard. Now didn't we, baby? And so, like, to me, that lyric is just something that I've always like lived my life by, and I've always just, like, this whole experience has been so crazy for me. Like, the fact that I'm even like sitting on this microphone, like talking about this, is because like I had a narrative in my head for a really long time that I didn't have what it takes to do this, and like, I wish that I could fast forward, look back in time and like tell little Carrie Fletcher like that she does, and like that she will be in this seat. And like, life is hard. Sometimes it's hard to even just like exist. And like, sometimes you have to get up and just fucking pat yourself on the back for being here and like doing the damn thing. And I'm doing the damn thing. And like, life is crazy. And if you have people that you love supporting you and you loved hard and you gave it your all and you did everything, even if you fall, it's from a high place.
From all of us who have become fans of yours, so all of us who have supported since day one, just know that you've made each and every one of us as proud of you as you should know that you make yourself. And that's like the truest that I can like, I'm at a loss of words even to say. So
I mean, this is just like the most full circle moment, because like I literally have like dreamed of sitting here since I was a kid. So
you have an open door. I've told you this before.
I swear I don't cry this much, you guys, in real life.
Well, I want to, at this moment in time, step up, give you the biggest hug ever, because you, Fletcher, deserve it all. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my friend. This is someone who I love to death. Give it up for Fletcher. Oh, my God.
From the top of the Empire State Building,